Corey, I believe you like Star Wars, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, that was probably the number one like movie for me when I was growing up. Just pretty obsessed with it. And the fact that I got to work on a number of Star Wars games is kind of amazing that I got that opportunity.
So, because the way they were developed, just as BSG, they must have been created by a solid fan who really understands the worlds and knows how to blend again the right mechanics with the game, with the theme. Rebellion is such a masterpiece, I must tell you. Not forgetting the X-wing, the Imperial Assault, among others. What can you tell us about the? So you're a huge fan, right? But to develop one of them, for example, the Rebellion, for example.
Yeah, I mean, oh, go ahead.
No, no, please. There is a game, an old PC game called Rebellion, and I love. I simply adore that game. It's a white box with the starship here, and you have to capture and then I saw that game first, Konieczka. Okay, and then oh my god, wow! Wait, he captured again. So can you tell us a little bit?
So I mean, the Rebellion board game, it was inspired by the Rebellion video game. I know Christian was a huge fan of the old Rebellion video game. I got the video game when I was a kid, and I tried to play it, and I didn't have a rule book or an instruction booklet or anything. I couldn't figure out how to play it. I'm like, this game looks awesome, but I can't figure out what to do. So I think I still have a copy of it, but I never played a full game because I couldn't figure it out. But I knew of it, and I knew kind of what the themes were and what it was all about, and especially liked the victory conditions in the Rebellion video game. The fact that it really plays to the strengths of the IP, that you've got one player who's got way more forces than the other player, and the other one who has a hidden base somewhere that they're trying to locate. And so that was kind of the big thing that got the whole game rolling. Looking at, okay, well, how are we going to represent something like that in a board game? How are we going to make it fair that the Empire has twice as many troops, twice as many ships as the rebels? And so, of course, you've got the different victory conditions, and that helps. But it's also about what you're trying to do as a player. Like, it's not a game like Risk, where the object of the game is just destroy your opponent, to take over all their stuff. When the rebels attack something, there should be a purpose to it. And when the Empire invades a world, there should be a purpose to it. And so that was very important to me. And that's where a lot of the objectives and the missions and even the mechanic for how units are built and placed on the build track and from planets. It's really where all that stuff came from. The idea that we're not just fighting each other for no reason. We have purpose. Every battle has some story in the background. And then there's the heroes, of course. I mean, a huge part of Star Wars are the big characters that everybody knows and loves. And so finding a way to make them work in the game, as like sending them on secret missions, which was also a part of the video game. That changed a lot during development. In early versions of the game, you would send a character on a mission, and it would take multiple turns. Like, this mission's going to take 3 turns, and so I send Lando on this mission. He's sitting over there for half the game trying to, I don't know, free a captive or whatever he's been sent to do. And it was just way too slow, of course. And so we were able to, through just lots of playtesting, we were able to find a good system where on your turn, you get to use one of your leaders. Your leader can either do a mission or they can move some of your troops. The movement was very much inspired by Twilight Imperium, but it was like, let's make the activation tokens from Twilight Imperium, let's make those be the leaders, and let's make those be kind of the important characters that you're pushing around the board. And beyond that, it just came down to finding all the important bits of the storyline that players are going to expect. Players are going to want to build a Death Star. They're going to want to build super Star Destroyers. They're going to want to attack the shield generator. And so it's just finding like what's the dream experience that everybody wants, and let's give them that.
Yeah, it's like living the movie. It's fantastic.